What's going on, everyone? My name is Min, and today I'm just here to share a few things that I had for this month. I'm going to go straight to the point because for my previous video, I was talking about my strategy, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Well, for this month, we didn't really get many of those opportunities, and here's why. So I'm going to go straight to the financials first before I actually dive into exactly what went on with this month, and I'm going to elaborate on how I performed and how I'm going to improve for next month so that I don't get roped up in this type of trending environment again. It was as expected that this would have happened, considering that the monthly markets always do this. After you have two bearish days, you usually have a third bullish month, and I was anticipating it as well, but I think I kind of just slipped up, spent too much time in the combine. The mental capital basically just went out the window, and I wasn't able to take any payouts because of that reason. But that's a learning thing that I'll explain shortly after this financial part. So for my previous video, I was at $38,500 in expenses. I'm now at $40,500 in expenses. I am going to receive about 1.3K in payouts by today, so about $700 in expenses for the month I've recovered. The reason why I have about 2K in expenses was because I over leveraged the amount of accounts that I had with prop firms. Over here you can see on the left I have, let me just go switch back to the streaming actually so that I can show you. My bad, sorry guys. So yeah, about $40,500 in expenses, and I had about $2,000 in expenses basically for this month. I'm working on this gradually. I'm not going to be too bothered by the money, right? Everyone has to spend money to learn sometimes, and sometimes learning is going to cost you more. At least I'm not like losing hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars. That's the whole point of the prop firms, right? They're to basically reduce your expenses over a number of years so you don't just burn everything that you have in terms of savings, right? But yeah, I have about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I reset these accounts twice. So 1, 2. So after this combine set, I had another set that I reset, and then I had basically this 150K. I had 250K accounts that I was trying to work on after getting a little bit tilted for the month, and then I also bought 5 Tradeify accounts as well. Unfortunately, I didn't pass as much of them, and I only was able to pass my 150K account. And originally, I had my 150K account. I only had one account, and it took me about 17 days of trading to basically pass that. It was a $9,000 target, and I was able to hit that target, and then within about 3 days, I blew up my account. So 20 days of trading, and unfortunately for the 17 days of trading that I had with this specific account, it took a lot out of me, right? I spent a lot and a ton of mental capital on this account that eventually it just led to me over trading when I got my funded account because I was trying to rush the process to get paid for this specific month. And then after that, I kind of went into a little small spiral. I started buying 5 accounts at a time because I wanted to basically pass them. And I bought the 50K accounts, which are the smaller ones. And I knew that, if I were to pass them, I would be able to accomplish a payout. But then again, like I said, it took me too much time to basically pass my 150K account. And then that led to an unfortunate spiral. So 2K in expenses, but made 1.2K back. So 1.2, 1.3K back. So I'm about $700 in expenses for this month, which is better than having to be down $5,000 in a month just because I was buying accounts consistently to the point where I just blew them up one after the other. The good thing about me doing this though was that it took me a while to pass my 150K count. And as for the combines, I also traded and I respected my stop losses. I respected my daily loss limits, and I didn't blow them up and then buy another set right away. I waited, I gave myself a break for that day, and then I moved on to the next one. I moved on to the next one, and I tried to basically get that momentum back, but it wasn't so easy because the month for this month I was taking a lot more short trades, trying to fade the trend, and I got caught up in my own strategy. So and by getting caught up in my own strategy, this is exactly what I mean by it. So there was a very classic pattern here honestly, and I saw it and I knew that it was coming, but I just failed to take advantage of that, right? Um, so, and it does happen, right? You're gonna have, like I said, for example, I spent about 17 days of trading, and I just didn't really follow my process so cleanly. So, of course, I get hit by something called, losing consistently for the month rather than winning consistently. So this is a perfect left shoulder. This is right here telling us that this was a left shoulder. You can see the buying pressure in between the trend, eventually coming down. This right here breaking through and then eventually creating the head, right? And then on the right shoulder, you can clearly see that there were sellers on this specific day. We rejected it once. The next day after that, we gapped open. And then from there, we should have been just looking at longs for the next few days, basically. You could have taken longs and on this day, I bet you that there was also an opportunity of longs on this day as well to take out this high. There was also an opportunity for longs on this day because we pulled back into the trend, into the bull trend. The next day after that was bullish. The next day was after that. We had all these opportunities to basically break the high of the prior candle, and that's why I was saying there was probably some opportunities for left shoulder head and right shoulders. But instead of me having to go longs, through this entire month, I was basically trying to fade every single trend, and that is what led to me basically having to hurt my chances on, getting a payout consistently. But now that I've learned my mistakes, all I can do is move on to the next month and trade exactly how I want to. Um, I will now look for consistent long trends as I always did, and that's like the one where I always have the highest probability of winning. Um, I have a low probability of winning, especially for short trades. I'm not entirely sure why, but I will be the type of guy that looks for long trends when I see the proper sweeps, when I see the proper levels, all of the above. But yeah, this was just an update on how everything was going um, for me this month, and I hope you guys were doing well for this month because it wasn't that easy, in my opinion, just for me in particular, because I already had the wrong bias in mind. As for the monthly candles, as you can see, we generally have about 1-2 month pullbacks and 3 as a green candle. We got 1-2 months and third one's green. This one here is 1-2 months and a green candle, 1-2 months and a green candle, and generally the third month ends up being green. As for the next 2 following up months, I'm not sure if it's going to be another 2 sets of red candles or not. But yeah, if you check on TradingView, usually we have about 2 months of a pullback, then the third one will be a green one. And this is just based on statistics, right? This has been happening over the past 2 decades of trading. So this is on me, and I learned from it. And moving forward for the next month, I'll keep my eyes open on the levels and clearly try to determine my bias before I take any trades. But yeah, I also tried trading VWAP. This was another thing, just one last thing before I go. I was also trading VWAP, top step VWAP bands, and this one also kind of led to me with a little bit of over trading. This was actually a new strategy that I was trying to implement on slower market trends, and it was working, honestly, for quite a bit of time, because I noticed that with the average true range plus how the market moves off of the VWAPs is a lot cleaner. So I was trying to prioritize on finding consolidations underneath these VWAPs, because if you were to see a consolidation under these VWAP bands, this right here would be a good opportunity for taking shorts. That's what I was trying to work on as well for this month. It's also me trying to make money, as well as a very good opportunity for me to learn how to take shorts into specific trending days, right? So I was using the VWAP Bollinger Bands to find those opportunities for taking shorts, because I typically don't take shorts. I usually take more longs, and that ends with me doing a lot better. But because, like, if I stick with the one bias that I always have, I don't have to distract myself with all the other things that are happening in between. For example, if I looked at this, I would think to myself, okay, it's a long, and I would take a long, right? But then eventually over here, I would be like flipping long and short, because I have this bias, overtaking my other long bias. And then it's like, if you overcrowd your mind and you don't simplify the process, you're going to get taken out by indecision, right? And that indecision is going to lead you to making, overstepping your original bias. You're going to flip your bias, you're going to take a short, and then all of a sudden you get squeezed out, and then you flip your bias again. This is why I prefer to take longs and not try to expand. Then again, it doesn't stop me from trying to learn for these opportunities, because there's going to be a moment in time, right, where markets are going to be a lot more bearish, and it's going to be consistently bearish. So I just want to prepare myself, and that's why I think this month was more about learning for me than actually trading. And yeah, so next month I will keep you guys updated. And oh yeah, my Discord's open for anybody that wants it. I have a link just in my biography on my YouTube channel. Feel free to click it. I am only providing limited access with my link, because you know, sometimes there's going to be a bot that, you know, adds their account to it and gets in somehow, and then basically it just spams all of my list of friends on that account, and I just don't want that to happen. I don't want people to scam my viewers or my friends in there. So but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something from this video so that you can integrate it to your trading next month. Yeah, ciao guys.